Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Hey, check it. Okay, I feel unstoppable. Losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth. Hunters, real blue, strips on them still new. Shopping at Dover Street, I'm dripping like mildew. They say you don't visit the hood, dog, I still do. A real one, only difference, my bill's bigger. I'm still with ya, I just got rich a little quicker. The same man, God handed me his game plan. I ain't perfect, far from it, what can I say, man? I feel unstoppable, losing's impossible. Go against the team, the thing they know not to do. Bright lights, game on the line, do what I gotta do. Time after time, we do the impossible. It felt like yesterday.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South match.
Got your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Now flex. While you there looking depressed, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success. Getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage. Acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. Williams to return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Let's go! Ultra! Go Ultra!
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception, Winston looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 21 yards away. And the Saints are on the board here first in the season opener. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Oh, he bowls over him. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Winston to give, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. Now Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. The 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now Patterson to start the drive. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
52 blaster.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. A solid stiff arm. And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He'll drop to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you're really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. It's a gain of 20 as we wind down here. 20 seconds left in the quarter. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
22 needle.
On play action, they'll throw. Going up top.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for him because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
He's going to go up top again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been coughing him up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. After the sack on first down, Winston. Olave over the middle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection. A nice in-route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 47 yards.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Cottrell. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess you have to win to try to pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Winston on 3rd and 2. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Now that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play. Slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That third down conversion good for 23. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 23.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions. We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be Falcon football.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take over here up near the 40.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
Quick completion here to Johnson.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From just shy of midfield, Winston.
He completes it to Olave. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
The receiver factor at Ohio State turned out an NFL-ready deep threat this year in Olave, who New Orleans jumped up to get at number 11. The Saints learned lastly they need another defense breaker in their receiver room to allow a little bit of space to throw underneath. Sub 4.4 speed and a history of turning deep routes into touchdowns made Chris Olave their guy, and he gets them the first down.
Again, it's Winston. He gets this one to Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Landry now in motion right. On play action, Winston. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35. And they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. They'll throw again. Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, With his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll roll him out right. And this one is incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
David Onyemata there on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. This one left side caught by Patterson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Play action now. Mariota rolling to his left. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Got his man. It's London. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Mariota toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Just what they needed, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions, That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They'll throw again. Mariota to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
And Drake London, the intended receiver there. And now it's third down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. But this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point. But, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. On second down, Winston again. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Kamara up the middle. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 41, Winston. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
The Saints on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Winston. Got an open man. It's Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28.
Falcons 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 2nd and 10, Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Bob, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And the Saints first down.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Winston. He's got a man as his fullback. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Nathan Cottrell. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Saints add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Lutz with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Off the play fake, Mariota. He's going to let it go again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mariota. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line.
46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. To throw is Winston. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can push ball security all the way down here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. They'll run on 1st down. Cottrell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Saints, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.
Dale. Hey.